Hello and welcome to my channel Joanne Seal, where I show you how to make and create beautiful things. And today we will be making these gorgeous window hangings using watercolors. So firstly, you'll need to take 2 sheets of A4 watercolor paper, fold one of them in half lengthways, and then draw half of a longish heart in half of the watercolor paper. And then cut it out with a pair of scissors, and this will be our template. It's just to make sure it's even on both sides. Now use that to draw a heart on the second piece of watercolor paper. Now draw some lines using a ruler, using the width of the ruler to mark out where the text will go. And you'll need 4 lines of text. Now divide those sections in half, as we'll use that as a guide for our words, our letters, so that wherever a letter has a cross or a bit going in, it will cross the line in the middle. So start with your words. This too shall pass. I put 2 S's on my this for some reason, which I'll take out eventually. So as you can see, where the H and the A have a cross in the middle, that goes straight through the centre cross that we made in our spaces. Just rubbing out that second S on this. Now use a Sharpie or any type of permanent marker and go over the lines, your pencil lines. And now add little curls onto the edges, the ends of the letters. It just makes it look more whimsical and interesting. So lots of little curly bits wherever you'd like, or you can follow mine the way I've done mine. And then fill in some bits of the letters, almost the way snow forms on a window pane, creating a wide effect in certain parts of the letters. This makes it look even more whimsical and interesting. So just as you might see snow on a window pane, just sort of falling and layering. And now add some dots if you wish. You don't have to. I like adding dots. It looks a bit more dynamic with dots. You can add them all around the letters. And now rub out the pencil lines that you put in as a guide for your letters. Make sure the pen's fully dry before you do this. Now take some watercolor paints, and I'm just wetting mine with a water spray. And I'm going to use a lightish pink in the center to start off with. It should be lighter in the center and then gradually get darker. So I'm darkening my pink with a little bit of mauve, and then I'll add some purple to make it even darker, so that all around the edges is a darkish purple, whilst in the middle is quite pink. You can make it any colours you want, but I think it looks best when it's a bit lighter in the middle. So just going around the edge of the heart. We will be cutting this out, so it doesn't matter if you go over the edge a bit, just as long as you can see the line so you can cut it. Now that looks gorgeous. Leave that to dry. And then I'm going to add more colour using watercolour pencils. This is just to increase the intensity of the colour and deepen the colour. You don't have to use these watercolour pencils. You can leave it as watercolour like this. But I like to add a little bit more depth to the colour. So just going over the centre bit with some more pink and a bit of red, and then going around the outside with more purples and mauves. And now activating those watercolour pencils with some water and a brush. Doesn't that look gorgeous? It's so rich now. These are beautiful colours. These are some of my favourite colours to work with. They're so vibrant and warm and bright. And as you can see, the black of the letters really stands out as well. So just finishing that up now. Making sure it's all nicely blended. And then I'll be leaving this to dry. And now that looks gorgeous. So now you can take some scissors and cut all around your heart. And this will hang in the window. You don't have to hang it in the window, you can hang it anywhere. You don't even have to hang it. But I'm going to hang mine. And in order to do that, we need to make some holes at the top. And I just used a hole punch. I used one end of a hole punch. So they normally have 2 holes. I just use one end, so I have 1 hole, like that. And now I'm going to use some ribbon. You can use some string. I just had this ribbon in my stash. I think I bought this about 5 years ago and I've never used it, but it's gorgeous. It fits perfectly for this project. So I'm just tapering off the ends so that they're easier to thread through the holes, poking it through the hole and then making 2 knots so that it stays, and then cutting the excess ribbon off at the back. And doing the same for the other side. So you have a lovely purple ribbon and it will hang nicely in your window. You can use blue tack to hang it, and I made some earlier. So these are all the different ones that I made, and they're all different intensities and colours, similar colours but just slightly different. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and you have a go at making these window hangings yourself. They're so easy and it's a really enjoyable process. Also, you'll learn lettering, you'll learn a little bit about lettering and blending watercolours. So I'd love to see what you've made. Feel free to make a comment or link a picture. That would be so nice. Anyway, thanks for watching.